Hey guys, James here from TCGU University, coming back at you with another deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing you Travis's Kilik deck. If you want to check this deck out in action, you can go check out our other videos for the Campus Championship for this week. Ew, that was a lot to say. And let's get into this video. Okay guys, Kilik is a 5/33 with Life, Order, and Water. He has 3 abilities, all playable once per turn. Respond, reveal 1 attack card. Reveal 1 attack from your hand after your safe or weapon attack resolves. Add it to your hand. And then E, if you have 6 or fewer foundations, your next card gets -2 difficulty. And then if you have 3 or less foundations, or 3 or fewer foundations, your next card gets -3 difficulty. He just plays within the 6 foundation range, playing big attacks, just making them ignore progressive. It's kind of the way the deck's built. We're going to play big, cool attacks and do a bunch of cool things with them. So the first big attack we're playing is Air Ground Smash. Air Ground Smash is a 6/3. 6 high for 6 with a 2 low block. Deadlock reversal. The reversal part matters actually in this deck. Water Enhanced. Draw X cards. X equals 8 minus your hand size. So it's 3. And then if you draw 3 or more cards from this ability, you may ready 1 foundation. Meaning if you play this as your first card, you check a 5, commit your 1. You draw 3 cards and get to ready that 1 foundation and still have all of your foundations ready and both of his abilities, and you drew 3 cards. Drawing 3 cards is nuts with this guy because everything's just such a big attack. Everything's so scary. Next, we got 3 Moonsets. Moonset's his own card. It works very well with him. It's a 5/3, 3 high for 6. Fury safe weapon, 2 high block. E, this attack loses safe for the rest of the turn and gains powerful 5. E, add 1 of your opponent's foundations to their hand. If you have 6 or fewer foundations, you can add 1 card from your hand to your momentum. So you get to build momentum. He also like with the first ability, gives powerful 5 to himself, which is crazy. Especially when you bounce a foundation that could be a solid card that could help block. You add a no block or a low block to their hand. You give this 5 damage. It's like the only card in their hand. They're not allowed to block it. This is 11 damage, just attack you just threw at them. You can do a lot of cool things with this card, especially with a couple other things in our deck. We're playing 2 Spirit Shotgun. It's a 5/3, 4 mid for 7, the 2 high block, breaker 1. E, this attack gets +1 damage for every printed resource symbol that in your card pool that shares a symbol with your character. This card alone shares 1 symbol, so you have to work on the rest of it. But if you have a Moonset in there, that's 3. Like, you get to build up, and then E, if this attack is completely blocked, it still deals half damage rounded down, rounded up. I don't know why I said round down. Half damage rounded up, meaning it's practically a throw, which means any damage you give, it's just cherries on top of everything. Especially when you can just, I'll -3. I'll play this on like a 4 because it's my 3rd card, or it's my 4th card. It just, getting to play this on a negative difficulty after playing a bunch of other things just says this is a free throw that with a bunch of damage that if they don't block, they take all of it. And if they do block, they still take a bunch with half. Like, it's just crazy. Then we got 4 Nouveau Soleil. It's a 4/3, 3 high for 5 with a 1 high block. Charge reversal. E, if this attack was played as a reversal, ready 2 foundations that have not been ready this turn, which means you have things ready on your field. And then E, if this attack is not completely blocked, commit your opponent's character. Basically, having stop on an attack as a reversal is really, really good. Being a 3 high for 5 is really nuts. It just leads into wasting high blocks for other things when you can play Air Ground Smash, Moonset, stuff like that. And it works really well with our next card, which is 3 Rose Whiplash. Rose Whiplash is a 4/2, 5 low for 5, 2 high block, reversal weapon combo with another reversal, which is why I said that Air Ground matters with the reversal keyword on it, and Nouveau Soleil matters because it has reversal as well. Combo E, this attack gets +4 damage, +4 speed, and you gain 4 vitality, meaning we extend this 33 life even further, and this becomes a 9 for 9 on a 4 diff that we probably gave -2 to as for our progressive. Crazy. Then E, opponent's turn. Add 1 reversal card from your discard pile to your hand. So you can add another copy of this. You can add your cool Air Ground Smash for the next turn. You can add your Nouveau Soleil for a cool reversal right now for your next attack. You can add it to try and stop your opponent on your turn. There's just a bunch of cool things you can do with it. 1 Angel Discus. It's a 3 mid for 3, 3 diff, 3 control, 3 mid block. Breaker 1, multiple 1, range and safe. After you block with it, the attack deals no damage. And then E, discard during the end phase. Add this card to your hand instead of the discard pile. Only playable if you have one or more attacks, one or more assets. We do play a bunch of assets, so I'm about to get to them. But we have one other card that interacts with our assets, and that's Shield Big Bang. Shield Big Bang is a 5/3, 6/5 for 6 with a 2 mid block as well. It has a life enhance. He has life, so we don't life form. He has life, so we don't have to worry about it. Card pool, remove 1 asset, so we remove one of our various assets. And then you play this attack again from your card pool. Then E, discard momentum, add 1 asset from your discard pile to your staging area. So everything you've hit with your opponent, you keep in your momentum. If you wanted a moonset, do some cool stuff, pick moonset up, and then play Shield Big Bang a bunch, you get to do that. This card just, if you get enough assets, just allows you to just keep dropping big 6/6s at your opponent that they have to deal with, which is kind of the way Cassandra like loops people to death. But Kilik gets to do that and kill you with a bunch of different cards too. So like, why not? On to the assets. 2 Caliuga. A lot of things in our deck are safe and weapon. So it's a 3/6 with a 2 mid block. E, commit if you have 6 or fewer foundations, which Kilik likes to be at. You can add 1 safer weapon attack from your card pool to your hand. This works really well if we're trying to debuild our opponent real fast. You can play Moonset, bounce a card, add it back, play Moonset again, bounce another card, and that's all you really worry about. You could do cool display. You could do the cool Moonset play I was talking about. You play your Moonset, play your Shield Big Bang, add the Moonset back, Shield Big Bang, does whatever. You play another Forbidden Moonset, add another momentum, and then you ditch your momentum, play your Shield Big Bang, ditch your momentum, play your Shield Big Bang. You just get to do a bunch of cool things that you couldn't possibly do before just by adding another attack to your hand that you already will probably play for free with Kilik. We have 1 Swordfish, 3/4 with a 3 mid block. E, add this card to your momentum, add this attack to its owner's momentum. It basically says an abort an attack we don't want to deal with, as well as abort one of our own attacks if we really want that momentum for like our Shield Big Bang or something like that. This card just allows us to know that some attacks might just we might not have to deal with them. It's just a good out. We have 1 Kazuki Dojo. It's a 2/5 with a 2 low block. R, commit after you take 6 or more damage during the damage step, gain 3 vitality. Sometimes you have to face tank, especially in a 5-hander. So when we do, we can just gain 3 vitality of that back. And then R, destroy 1 foundation. After an attack gets a speed bonus, that attack gets -3 speed, playable by either player. We don't mind destroying foundations, especially when they can keep us out of our 6 foundation range, or more than 6 foundation range. We can build a little up, know our opponent's going to do something with speed, destroy foundations to be able to block. Has a nice low block as well, so like it covers a bunch of things. Then we got 2 Omega Sword and Elk Shield. It's a 1/6 with a 1 mid block. Unique weapon. You can block with it from your discard, from your staging area as though it were in your hand. After you block with it, the attack only deals 1 damage, and then E, twice per turn, flip 1 foundation. Both players commit 1 face-up foundation. This card just says that we get to we block things for free practically. The idea is block this as cheap as possibly, take 1 damage, not have to worry about something we were possibly going to die from. And to give speed to some of our attacks, we got Flambert. It's a 0/5, 1 mid block with a breaker 1 with 3 enhances. E, this high attack is +1 or -1 speed. E, this mid attack is +1 or -1 speed. And E, this low attack is +1 or -1 speed. It just says all of our attacks get 1 speed, or we can debuff our opponent's speed by 1 on all of their attacks, making things easier to block. And then the last non-foundation card in our deck, we have 3 of the Dark Tournament Looms. Sometimes picking up our momentum is a good thing, especially when we want some of those cooler attacks I hit earlier. It's a 1/5 with a 2 mid block. E, remove, add 1 card from your momentum to your hand, and then draw a card. So it gives us something we want and replaces itself. It's a really nuts card. I love that card. It's Surveyor on wheels. Then we got 3 Hunt for Spiders. Sometimes we want to build while we're playing, so that way we can get certain things done. We get to get rid of problem cards, and we get to attack our opponent. It's a 3/5 of the 3 low block. We mainly play for the R card pool. After you play an attack, flip one of your opponent's foundations and add this to your staging area face down. This just says we get to not have to deal with problem cards. Things that would stop our combo, flip it. Things that are going to stop our damage, flip it. Things that are going to commit our character, stop our characters, flip it. Just getting rid of one problem card makes life really easy. 1 Red Dragon Assassin. It's a 3/5 of the no block. That's basically just a 1-for-1. You destroy this to destroy one of your opponent's foundations. Any foundation. You got that cool foundation we don't like? Blow it up. You got that cool foundation that slows my attack down? Blow it up. You're going to reset my speed with refusing to let go? Blow it up. Just says stop that. We got 2 Over the Top. It's a 2/5 of the 2 high block. It does not count towards progressive difficulty. And then E, you can add this card from your card pool. Add this card to your card pool to look at the top card of your deck. This allows you to see what you check, but more than that, it allows you to decrease the number of cards in your staging area. So you can add this to your card pool, not have it count, see the top card of your deck, and decrease the number of cards in your staging area. So that way you can use all of Kilik's abilities if you want. We are a 5-hander, and passing the torch is very good in 5-handers. It's a 2/5 of the 3 mid block. E commit. Either draw 1 card, or if you have no cards in your hand, draw 2. This card just says you get to overextend a little bit, build out your hand, have no cards in left, and be able to draw to defend yourself. This card and Solemn Exorcism are some of my favorite things in 5-handers because it just allows you to overextend, which is kind of what 5-handers needed, was to not get super punished on their overextensions. Then we got 3 Bakery Poster Girl. It's a 2/5 of the 2 low block. E destroy, reduce this attack speed to 0. Only playable if your opponent has played at least 3 or more enhances this enhanced step. This combat phase. Playable while committed. This card says, even if we do have to commit some cards to pass our checks as Kilik, we can at least get rid of them, lower our count with Kilik, and be able to block, obviously, with this one. Playable while committed cards are always great in characters that want to play a bunch of attacks because it allows you to have the freedom of abilities while not having the restriction of keeping them ready and choosing which one you want. Then we got 3 Ominous Prophecy. It's a 2/5 of the 2 high block. R remove after the combat phase begins. You can name a keyword. All cards, attack cards lose that named keyword for the rest of the turn. And then E flip, add 1 asset from its owner's staging area to its momentum. This just says it counters assets as well as lets us add our assets to our momentum so we can get rid of them with things like Shield Big Bang and the such. We got 3 Friends and Rivals. It's a 2/5 of the 2 low block. Respond commit. After you play an attack that shares at least 2 resource symbols with your character, your opponent commits 2 foundations. This stuns our opponent out and allows us to make sure we push attacks through. This card, in my opinion, works really well with Air Ground Smash. You play Air Ground Smash, commit whatever. Commit Friends and Rivals to commit 2 of their cards. Enhance, draw your 3, ready your Friends and Rivals. Just says you get multiple uses out of certain cards. But this just allows you to slow your opponents down on defense and allows you to push those bigger attacks through. We got 3 Destiny Awakened. It's a 2/5 of the 4 low block. R destroy 1 foundation after this card is added to your staging area. Gain 3 vitality. So basically, after we build it, it comes in. We choose itself, blow itself up, and give ourselves 3 more life. And then we also have the ability of E if you have 6 or fewer foundations. In your staging area, your safer weapon attack gets +1 speed. This just says more additional speed for our cards. We mainly use it to try and keep our health up. Like I said, we do have to face tank sometimes, so making sure that our life stays up is very critical. We got 1 Nightmare Terrors for the block. It's a 2/4, 3 low block with a static that says when we attempt to block with it, we reduce the speed of that attack to 0. Meaning that all of our blocks are basically going to be on 3s. It's pretty neat. We got 1 new shipmate. It's a 2/5 of the 2 high block. Ally unique. E commit. This attack gets -2 damage. And you will gain a vitality. It's just more extending our life total, decreasing damage. It's unique, so we don't get to play it more than once, but we do get to extend our life, decrease damage, take less from attacks, and make our opponent have to think about how much damage they really need to kill us. Last of its kind. It's a 2/5 with a 2 low block. E, lose 2 vitality. This attack gets -4 damage. Kind of the same thing as new shipmate. We kind of get to extend our life total a little bit, decrease damage, fluctuate in our what our kill zone is, what our opponent needs to kill us, by not knowing exactly how much damage they'll need. It also has a desperation E of your attack gets +2 damage and a deadlock E of your attack gets +2 damage, meaning our opponents are not allowed to go to deadlock or desperation, or our attacks are just going to get even more beefier. We got 1 Patriot Stance. It's a 2/5 unique, 2 low block. R, once per turn, after you gain vitality, gain 1 more. This just says extend our life totals even further. When we gain that 1 vitality with new shipmate, make it 2. 2's always better than 1, because 1 is the loneliest number. We got Rhythmic Fighting Style. It's a 2/5 with a 2 high block. Breaker 1. E, commit if this attack is completely blocked, remove it from the game before the damage step. This card works really well versus shotgun. This card works very well versus throws. It just says we abort those attacks if we completely block them, as well as it removes attacks so we don't have to deal with them for the rest of the game. At least, hopefully. Then we got 3 Future Poolside Date. It's a 1/5 with a no block. E, discard pile. Gain 2 vitality. Only playable as the top card of our discard pile. Again, this just extends our life total. It has an enhance of discard 1 card. This deck is -X speed. X equals 8 minus our hand size, so -3 speed, which is very good as well. But being able to just gain life as if this is on top of our discard pile makes face tanking something very easy. 2 Habitual Smoker. It's a 1/5 with a 3 mid block. E, lose 1 vitality. If this attack deals no damage, gain 2 vitality. This works really well if you know you're going to block something, or if you know your opponent's going to block your thing. Making sure we extend our life total is very good. Obviously, I've been talking about it a lot. We do have to face tank everything almost because we're trying to attack our opponent. So we don't have a lot we can block with, especially when we don't get to build more than like 6 or 7. So being able to gain life as many times as possible is very good for us. We got 3 Saved by a Child. It's a 1/5 with a 2 low block. E, destroy if you have 6 or fewer foundations. This attack gets -4 speed. And then E, destroy. This attack gets -2 speed. Playable while committed. This card just says block something. We're going to give it -4 speed. I'm going to block it. You better watch out. And then the last card in our deck, Immortal Knowledge. It's a 1/5 with a 3 mid block. E, once per turn, this attack gets +1 or -1 damage. And then R, destroy after your opponent's review step. Add the top card of their deck to their top card of their discard pile to their hand. This just basically says if our opponent could kill us, but we have enough of these to where maybe they don't draw a kill turn, we just blow them up and hopefully they don't kill us. It also says give some free damage to our attacks, as well as nerf some of our opponent's attacks. Thanks again for checking out the profile, guys. Remember, if you liked Travis's Kilik deck, let him know down below. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/TCGU University. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, guys, stay learned.